specifically about the organ systems. So before going into the organ systems in the craniofacial region, we should again know some basics. There is a grouping for the embryonic cartilage, and that grouping is called as the primary and the secondary cartilage. So primary cartilage is something which is there in the axial skeleton. So what do you mean by axis? Axis in the center. Okay. So and then whatever is there around is the appendix or the appendicular skeleton. The center is the vertebra, and then you have the appendicular skeleton. So all your extremities are all appendicular skeleton. So whatever is there in the axis, and then those which are related to chondroblasts, all are related to the primary cartilage. Secondary cartilage are very important to us because they are existing in the condyle, in the coronoid. Where is the condyle? It is part of the mandible. The coronoid is a more triangular process in front of the condyle, and those are having secondary cartilage. This is very important to understand the development of mandible. And here again you will have the dividing cells, which are cartilage develops from chondroblasts. So they have the chondroblasts. So this is very important. So there is a group of, there is primary cartilage and secondary cartilage. The secondary cartilages are there in the mandible, which is very important. It is also there in the maxilla. We will read about them one by one as we move into the organ system. Now specifically about the development of face. To understand and to remember development of face, all that you need to remember is this picture alone. If you can color and draw this picture, put it as a picture based memory inside your brain. Forget it, you won't forget it at all. It's such an interesting image which you should always register in yourself. And whenever you're reading, this applies for other subjects as well. Picture based memory stays longer. Okay? So this is what is the image for development of face. Now can you see that based on the colors, it all indicates different processes. So the green color is the frontal process and the orange is the nasal process. Because they all are together, it is clubbed as frontonasal process. Is that clear? So the green and the orange area is called as the frontonasal process. And then can you see that there is a maxillary process, the yellow shade, and then we have the mandibular process, below which is the hyoid process. Okay, so put together, all of them are very, very important. They are the ones which are going to lead to formation of the face. Okay, now just glance on this image. Take a 1 second break. See if you can see it inside your brain. This picture. Glance, concentrate, and then visualize it inside. Done? Very important. Now then we go into understanding what comes from which part of this area. So frontal process. What does it give? It's very clear here. The forehead. Frontal process gives rise to the forehead region, and then we have the frontonasal process together. Can you see that there is a blurring of the colors here? Specifically, it is not orange or not green. There is a beautiful merging here. I'm sorry. So that is called, that will give rise to the nose and the bridge of the nose. So this is the bridge of the nose which connects the frontal process, and then the full nose comes. So this is the bridge of the nose. So this is a very important part. And then we have the medial nasal process, which is this center part, which goes into the crest formation. Which is the crest? This is the topmost part, the crest. Okay, so this part. And the tip or the crest, which however you want to call it like. And then we have the lateral nasal process. It's called as the ala. Ala is like, ala English word is, the meaning is a wing-like structure. So you have the medial nasal process and the lateral nasal process. This is the ala. Is that clear? So that forms from the medial and lateral nasal process. And then we have medial nasal process also contributing to